Hello, my name is Jakob Munck, and this little video lecture is about morality. Don't be afraid. I'm not going to direct any claims against you or against any other human beings at all, but I'm going to discuss an interesting moral question. And this question has mostly relevance for people being vegetarians. Well, I have to admit from the beginning, I'm not a vegetarian myself. But I hope that my viewpoints here, they are not very much infected by the fact that I'm not a vegetarian. Because I know quite a few vegetarians. I like them as persons. I respect them. I think they live a healthy lifestyle, and I see some good reasons for being a vegetarian, although I choose another lifestyle myself. And let's see here, I have some pictures I want to show you here. And the first picture, it shows the three arguments for being a vegetarian. The first argument is health. Some people, they claim, especially in India, but also in Europe and USA, they claim that it's healthy to be a vegetarian. Well, when I read journals, I read on the internet, I read Wikipedia, I ask doctors, I ask nutritionists, just all of them, they say the best way to eat is to have a mixture of different sources of proteins. That means proteins from plants and proteins from animals. So the best thing to eat is a mixture of meat and plants. Of course you can eat plants alone, that's okay, but then you have to eat some special plants, and you have to eat quite a lot to get some specific proteins that you need to be healthy. It is possible to be healthy by eating vegetarian food alone, but it's more easy. Probably it's also faster. Maybe it's even cheaper to be healthy by eating mixed food. That means meat and plants in some kind of combination. The second reason for being a vegetarian is resources. This is a rather complicated question, so I can't go into that very deep, but some vegetarians, they claim that you use less resources in the world if you eat vegetarian, because if you eat animals, then the animals, they have to eat the plants before they can grow up, and that means that the energy, the protein from the plants, it's transformed into meat, and this process alone takes a lot of energy. Well, this should mean that we do not need as many domestic or animal or farm animals as we have now, and if all the world suddenly should turn into vegetarian living style, that would mean the death of a lot of animals and a rather strong reduction in the number of living animals on our farms, and that would mean quite a strong reduction of living animals altogether. Well, the last argument is the most interesting argument. Here it's called morals, and this is what I have something to say about, because some vegetarians, they claim that it's more moral to be a vegetarian than it is to be a non-vegetarian. Why? Because vegetarians, they do not eat cows, they do not eat chickens, they do not eat fish. They do not eat organic living things, animals, and therefore they say, we save their life. We only eat corn. We only eat plants. This is the argument. And this is a moral argument. Even if there was no better resource economy in being vegetarian, and even if it was not more healthy to be a vegetarian, and this is what the vegetarians claims, then we should be vegetarians, all of us, just of moral reasons, because it's such a shame that these wonderful living creatures, they are killed by human beings because we want to eat them. So therefore the vegetarians say we should eat grain like here, and therefore the composition of our food should be like it's shown here in the vegetarian pyramid. You can see there is no meat, it's only grain and fruit and things you can pick up in the garden. Well, I can see a few eggs on the top, and eggs are actually the start of a chicken, of a living animal. So if you eat eggs, maybe you're not at 100% vegetarian. I won't judge about that. But here comes my argument, and this argument I heard from an Indian guru. And this Indian guru, he said, well, it's okay to be a vegetarian, but remember that when you eat grain, you eat grapes, you eat apples, tomatoes, eggs, of course, nuts. When you eat all these plants here, well, these plants are also living things. Every grain is the start of a new plant. That's why the plants, they have grain, they have flowers and grains. That's because they want to make more flowers. They want to multiply and survive. So when you eat one grain, actually you kill one life. Just the same way as if you eat one cow. And now it becomes very tricky, because a vegetarian, when he has a meal, a vegetarian meal, I will show you a vegetarian meal here. This is a vegetarian meal. You can see there are many grains, many plants as a part of this meal. If you take a normal non-vegetarian meal, there wouldn't be that many plants. And actually this means that the vegetarians, they are responsible for killing more living things than the non-vegetarians. I repeat, the vegetarians has a higher moral responsibility for killing living beings than non-vegetarians. Why? Because as a non-vegetarian, maybe I eat one cow every year. That means I kill one living being. If I were a vegetarian, I would have to eat maybe half a kilo rice or plants every day, and half a kilo rice or grain. This is put together of maybe 100 or 1,000 different small grains. That means 500 or 1,000 small living beings, like small mini plants, and plants that cannot be replaced, cannot be substituted, cannot be made in a laboratory. They are real living things. And therefore, when the vegetarians say don't kill cows but eat a lot of grain, that means they actually say kill many more living things than if you are non-vegetarian. So it's more immoral to be a vegetarian that it is to be a non-vegetarian. Well, nevertheless, my vegetarian friends, I like them. I think they're nice people. I think we have to kill to survive, just like our brothers and sisters in the nature. We have to kill all living beings to survive. And once we'll be dead ourselves, no matter if you're eaten by a lion or you die from old age, your life is only a short span of time, and we all end the same way as being part of the food chain. When you're a living being, your body decomposes and is turned into soil, and this soil is a part of the plants growing up in the cemetery. This was all what I wanted to say. I don't want to start a strong discussion. I don't want to be unfriendly with my vegetarian friends, but please don't tell me that I am not a moral being because I eat meat. Because if you say that, I have to tell you, vegetarian friend, that you're even more immoral because you don't eat meat, but you kill many more living beings by eating a lot of plants. Thank you for listening.